So a build of Quake 4 The Awakening was just leaked tonight during QuakeCon, which is kind of insane, honestly. But yeah, I saw this on Twitter and I was like, dude, what? I also feel like I've heard of this. Like I know I have definitely watched a video about unreleased DLC and saw something about this, but I didn't grow up with Quake 4 to be honest with you. I didn't play like a lot of PC games when I was younger. Being poor kind of really does that to you when you have a Windows 98 a PC in like the year 2007 or like 2006. So I'm 29 personally. Yeah, grew up. Yeah, anyways. Um, you click that link in the description, right? The description of the video. It's going to take you here. And you obviously need Quake 4 installed. Preferably you have a fresh install of it. If you don't, I'm going to show you how to do it because I am currently playing through Quake 4 Fracture Strog, and basically I'm using Quake 4 Tweaker, which is a tool, an external tool that lets you, modify field of view, unlock frame rate, all that kind of good stuff that the engine kind of sucks for. Lets you do with a very simple tool. Well, you can't use that for this. You have to do everything manually, and if you already have like a directory going of Quake 4, it kind of bricks it. I'm going to show you a way around that. But yeah, so let's hop into this. So you hit the code button, you hit download zip. And so this is the zip folder you're going to be left with. And obviously I'm not unzipping this. I'm just clicking in here to see what's in here. And so you're left with the zip folder. You click in, you see Quake 4 Alpha Main, and you see all these files. From what people said on Twitter, and I believe even the guy's Discord, which I can link down below as well, because he has lists like links to his other projects on there, stuff like that. I imagine they could offer you help if you run into issues. I try to help in the comments, but I'm not a wizard. But anyways, so you have all these files, and from what people said on Twitter, you could typically just dump this into a fresh install of Quake 4, and you should be good. But there is like still one more thing you gotta do, and then also. I am going to show you guys how to make just the graphics look better and also change your resolution because you have to do all of this manually basically. But yeah, so you can dump this into your Quake 4 folder. For me, I did not have that. What I basically did is, since I already had Quake 4 installed and I tried dumping everything in the folder and it didn't work, what I did was basically extract that folder. So again, this could just be your extracted folder. Everything's here. You're not going to have Quake 4 base by default. And this is basically what you need Quake 4 for for this. They were saying Quake 4 for a lot. So you need this folder for this mod. And so what I did basically as a workaround is I just literally Quake 4 base and I just copied that and I pasted it in here. So again, you won't have to do any of this. You just have to extract this bad boy into your main Quake 4 folder, and dump all of this into your main folder. There is one more step regardless if you did the wonky way like me or you're doing it the way, just the standard way of like, hey, I opened this up and copied and pasted all of this into my Quake 4 folder, right? So either way, there's one more step, like crucial step to actually play this, otherwise it appears to just crash. There is a Quake 4 exe. Again, this came in the actual mod folder. I'm just going to call it a mod for the sake of this. And what you have to do, you have to make a shortcut because you have to edit something. I'm going to show you how to do that. So you just, right click, show more options, properties, and oh wait, no. So you right click, show more options, and then create shortcut. Obviously, I feel like most people know how to do that. So once you have the shortcut here, then you want to do show more options, properties, and normally by default, it's just going to have this. It's like the location of your game and everything, or like the file itself, because it's just a shortcut. You have to add this, and I'll have this in the description. This is just plus set F. I'm not going to read that whole thing, but you have to do this. It's just like effectively you just hit space after this and then copy and paste this. Again, this will be in the description. You just do that to your shortcut and everything works. But say you just stop at that step. You launch the game. It might look like shit. It's running at a resolution that is from the 1700s. My gameplay on my channel is not going to be running at that resolution from the 1700s. We're running at 4K around here. So I want to show you how to do that and also make your textures look good. So in the guy's actual Discord, which I will link under the Quake 4 like subdirectory of the Discord, I use Discord here and there. I'm an old man now. I'm 29. All right, so I really don't know how all of it works or what you call them. A channel, right? That's what it's called. Anyways, someone link this, and I'll link this also. But this is like all the settings you need to make your textures actually look good. Otherwise, they kind of look like crap. And I also will show you how to do this. So the important thing here, this Q4X base, this is the one that came with the actual, again, we're going to call it mod, came with the mod itself. Again, this is not a mod. You can't just launch it as a mod in Quake 4. That's why you got to do the whole shortcut thing. I know, confusing, but I'm going to call it a mod. So there is in Q4 base, which, obviously if you made a Frankenstein directory like I did, or you just have your normal Quake 4 directory where with all these files added and everything, there is technically two Quake 4 config folders. So there's the one under the Q4 base, and then there's the one on the Q4X base. I believe you would only have to do this to the Q4X base. I think I did it to both just to be on the safe side. I don't know if I made all the same changes, but I'm pretty sure you just got to do it to Q4X base. Because this folder, effectively the Q4X base, this is the folder that has the DLC. Like, this is the DLC. This is your video game, your unreleased files, that the government hid from us for 2,000 years, right? This is those files. So in here, there's going to be Quake 4 config.cfg. And what you could do is when you're in here on that link, you just copy and paste that, right? And so we're going to open that back up right here. Just we'll have that sitting a little bit off screen, but we'll do Control F, and that's, just to find stuff. And then I do Control V. It's just to paste, basically. It's copy and pasting. So this is here. So this is going to be seta image downsize limit all the way to seta image anastropy, however the hell you want to say that word. But so if you just look from here all the way down to, where would it be? Right there. You could literally just just copy, and then you bring that back open, and then you just, click on the ones that are highlighted and you click paste. I already did that, so I'm not going to click paste. But yeah, then literally everything's in there. And off the bat, you want to hit like save, just so everything's saved in there. But one thing I noticed too is it wasn't, even though in these files, I don't know if it's just because like when I first launched the game, it was running at 4K or detected my resolution, but yeah, it like wanted to do it with like black bars and everything. And again, we're not gaming with the Flintstones. We're gaming in 2026. So we do not want black bars. So naturally, what I looked up was Quake 4 launching with black bars, and the AI gods gave me an answer, right? So if you look up seta R mode, let's see here, and we're still in the Quake 4 config, and you just scroll back up, and then, oh, what did I just do? Here we go, and copy and paste in there. Then you're gonna find, and I believe by default this is set to like maybe 0 or something. You want to put it to -1. That basically sets mode to custom, and then you can look up seta R custom width, and again we got to bring that bad boy back open here. And this, like I said, for some reason it was already at 3840. I don't know if that's what like the person in the files like had it set to or anything, like the guy that released this stuff, and he was playing at 4K, but it may show your resolution, but you want to put in your resolution here. So like 1920 by 1080, or 2560 by 1440. You do that, and then also you need one more thing, and you're going to want to look up this, the seta R _ aspect ratio. Okay, and then you set that to 1 for 16 by 9. That's going to be most of you guys. If you're playing at 1080, you're playing at 4K, you're playing at 1440p, you're going to do 1. 16 by 10, I imagine it probably still works for this. You know, if you're gaming with some exotic resolution, you know, there you go. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much all you do, and then obviously you want to hit save again, and now you got it saved. And again, I think you only need to do that to the actual Q4X base, not Q4 base. You can do it to both just to be on the safe side. And then you just launch from the shortcut. Obviously, you can throw this on your desktop so you don't have to, you know, go to the folder to find a shortcut. Kind of defeats the purpose, right? And one thing I want to say, I will show you guys just like a little bit of, you know, that the game launches and everything. This game, it's like a early build, so it's not like perfect. Like there's it's very rough around the edges. Felt like I really did a dog rough right there. But anyways, it's really rough around the edges. What I've noticed playing through at least like the first part that's on my on my channel now, or hopefully on my channel by now, is that you may need to, if you go through cutscenes too fast, or the game like speeds up for a reason and the cutscene triggers too fast, you might have to roll back to your older save. So it is good to save a lot in this game, but you might have to roll back and then like try to do that boss fight again. I had that at the end of a first big boss fight, like I don't know, 30-40 minutes into this like DLC mod game thing. And yeah, it like the cutscene like triggered after after I beat the boss, and then the next cutscene wouldn't go and it was glitching out, and then I had to like just restart it, and then like everything went fine. Which you will see in that playthrough as well. But yeah, I hope I covered everything here. I tried to be relatively straightforward. Again, I am sorry about my Frankenstein freaking Quake 4 directory. It's because I'm playing through that other mod here. But to show you guys that it actually launches, again, you know, I just want to reiterate, if you do, like, hypothetically, if you're watching this and you're just have fresh Quake 4 install, then this is, for all intensive purposes, when I'm showing this folder, this is just your Quake 4 folder. Like, just look at it like that. But yeah, let's launch the shortcut here, and hopefully this turn off my speakers briefly just so it's not blaring out of them, because I'm not using headphones right now because I'm tired, got off work, and you know, I don't want some tight headphones. But obviously you will see there is no black bar, so we are in 2026, not the 1700s. We are not gaming with you know, whoever was around back then. Can't really think about it right now. Alright, so we got this. Get past the splash screen, and is the game gonna like crash right now? Really? Oh, there we go. Quake for the Awakening. And you can hit new game and just start it up. And yeah, we got this unreleased build now. And I can see, I don't think it'll like totally jack anything up here, but 'cause I just got to Airborne Assault. Let me just load game here, and I'll show you guys what I mean by pretty rough. Sounded like my cat just destroyed something in the background, which is great. Obviously, loading screens take forever, and yeah. So you're gonna see here, it looks pretty cool right off the bat, but then it starts like tripping out a little bit. Again, like if you do run in where the cutscene is just flying past, or it's like you're hearing multiple voices, like, you know, in the game, not in reality, because you should probably seek a doctor then. But if you're at the same time in the game, you know, sometimes that you could still get past it, but sometimes you might need to restart, like if it starts really glitching out. But yeah, it's right here. I don't know if it's gonna show it. Can we skip this one? Yeah. So we could skip through here, and then, okay. So I accidentally skipped through it, but basically it's very comical when you're inside that ship. But yeah, as you can see, you're in the game. I don't have my sensitivity set properly right now. There we go. Had to lower my DPI. Yeah, you're hard locked to 63 FPS. Jesus Christ. But yeah, you're in the game. Let me just make sure. Okay, I'm still recording. Sorry, I had to check that. But yeah, you're in the game, so everything does work. I don't know how far this goes, like this build goes, if it's like entirely finished. From what I've seen on the internet right now, like nobody has gameplay of this up just yet, really. Um, and on Reddit, it doesn't seem like they've really discovered this too much just yet. So that'll be interesting. But at least what I was looking at old Reddit posts is that there wasn't a whole bunch of gameplay released of this, so I have no idea, if you could play through the whole thing. But a lot of people said like they basically finished this entire DLC, or like, well, finished relatively. Like it was just, you had to do the touch up cutscenes and all that, add in the music, that kind of stuff. Which you'll notice in here. A lot of the cutscenes aren't entirely finished, lacking music or sound effects sometimes. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. And then also, if you could please smash that like button, definitely helps the video get around just so more people could see this. Subscribe if you'd like to see the playthrough of this, and hit that little bell, notifies you. If you're on mobile, you could like swipe over to the right in the comments, hit that hype button. But yeah, this is pretty much how you install it. Again, I tried to make this as non-confusing as possible, and it's 11:32 p.m. my time. Okay, I'm like tired, I'm exhausted, I'm an old man. I'm only 29, but damn near feels like I'm 40. But yeah, smash the like button and just share the video if you'd like, get this out there. If you do have questions, if nothing was explicitly clear or anything like that, drop a comment. I'm checking the comments pretty often, trying to reply and help people out. Obviously, once a video gets past like 20,000 views, because it does happen and people start commenting a bunch, it's not always the easiest. So if you got to spam, I understand. I'll try to help you out. But also check out that guy's Discord, because it really does, like, they did seem to answer questions. So anyways, guys, peace.